Hello, viewers. It is I, your leader, your master, your ruler, Lotus. Hey. So this is my video in which I copy everything Indigo Skye does ever, including the hairstyle. Fangirling. Except that when I explain my poetry books, I have a script. Look at it. Look at the glory of my terrible handwriting. Yes. Right, now that mental breakdown's over, this is Digitally Entropic Explained. I'm reading from the script as I go here. This is part 1. You can follow along with the poems in the description down below, where I will also explain some of the terms I use a little bit more. Including terms like ecstatic poetry, pansexuality, and John Prine songs. Alright. So, chapter 1 is a quote of introduction from Jared Leto. That's pretty much it. Okay, chapter 2, untitled. It's just called chapter 2. This is ecstatic poetry, and I don't really know what it's about. I tend to write poetry in mysterious ways in which I don't edit them at all and kind of just let my brain vomit over everything. But as a note, the last verse refers mostly to one of my friends who was expelled from my school a few months ago. She had her hair dyed red and was very Gryffindorish and brave and such. So yeah, that's what that's about. Chapter 3, The Body Thief. This is a found poem. I will explain that in the description. It's by Anne Rice from the book by the same name, The Tale of the Body Thief. And it's just a poem about how reality is, or rather, our society pressures people a lot, and when you're really in that situation, you can't perceive things and understand them and experience them as well or as fully as you'd really like to, which is unfortunate. But our society's standards make it so that when other people are in that situation, when we don't understand them, it's very cruel. We laugh at them for that. That was off script, by the way. I just made that up. Okay. Chapter 4, Heartbeat. This is about me playing the flute to a video of someone's heartbeat for half an hour. That's a lot of flute music. A lot of flute music, really. And I was in a weird state of, like, really enjoying the fact that my fingertips were tingling and I couldn't really whistle at all or sing because I had been using my mouth for so long. That sounded really dirty, but, it's the truth. That's just too much flute music, and I felt like writing a poem about it. Okay, chapter 5. Alright, so Indigo Skye put up a coming out poem, and because I am a total Indigo Skye fangirl, that wasn't hard at all. Let's try that again. Indigo Skye fangirl. I decided to copy her, and as I'm doing here, basically copy her, and yeah. So, basically the idea here is that I was explaining my sexuality through abstract phrasing and Doctor Who references. Doctor Who is always a good thing. And it is an attempt to explain pansexuality, which I will, again, explain in the description below. You can also Google videos about pansexuality. There's a woman named Lacey Green who runs the channel Sex Plus who explains it very nicely. Alright, where am I? Chapter 6. So the title, Keep the Earth Below My Feet, comes from a Mumford song. I can't talk even with script. It comes from a Mumford & Sons song called Below My Feet, and it was an attempt to explain my tenuous connection with reality in as few words as possible. It only uses 6 words, I believe. I don't have it up right now, so I can't count and check that. But there is a famous art style called the 6-word sentence or 6-word story, And Ernest Hemingway wrote one that I believe was "For Sale, Baby Shoes Never Worn." And one of the 8th graders a couple of years ago in my middle school actually made one that was, "Ha! You can't see my eyebrows." So they can explain a variety of subjects. Where am I? Okay, chapter 7 is a quote from a John Prine song. That is as far as my script goes, so I guess I'll be looking at the poetry now and attempting to explain the poetry as I look at it. So it's going to look like I'm reading for a couple minutes because I'm reading. Oh wait, I already have Figment open. La la la. Don't mind me, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Lotus Santa, digitally entropic. What are we up to? Chapter 7? Yeah, chapter 7. Okay, edit content. Osmosis. Okay. So this is me getting really excited about science. I can't see myself right now, so if I look like a total idiot, I apologize. I don't apologize for that moment. Not at all. Oh, it's just my cat snoring. Never mind. It's me getting really excited about science and osmosis. Osmosis is the transfer of something from where there's more to where there's less of anything, really. So I was talking about cells and osmosis and the changes of the body and making expansive hand gestures while I do so. And it's also me talking about how beautiful it is to glow in the light of decomposition, to come in the aftermath of something, anything really, particularly traumatic events, to glow in, to be able to carry on after something terrible has happened to you is beautiful and strong and amazing. I've never had to do it, but it seems brave. Sorry, I'm off script now, so I'm gonna get really sentimental and weird. Okay, chapter 9, The Body Beautiful. The title is taken from the name of a tour that one of my favorite drag queens did last year, which was called The Body Beautiful. And it basically comes from me arguing with one of my friends about what is beautiful in people and in a woman. And she basically said that no one wants to see a fat person naked, and so I yelled at her via poetry. Love you, Fran. I just think that the standard of beauty today is ridiculous, unobtainable, and frankly, I don't really like it. I don't find those supermodels or those Victoria's Secret girls beautiful. They're not. Of course they are, because everything is, if you look at it the right way, but they don't fit my standard of beauty the same way that I don't fit society's standard of beauty. Remember that. We are the ones who produced the supermodels. Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, VFD, chapter 10, is a reference to the series of Unfortunate Events books, which are for children but are very, very depressing and wonderful, and you should all read them. VFD was a fictional organization. No one knows what it actually stands for. And they're basically saying is the world is quiet here. So I decided to write a story about a library. They're an organization of librarians. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Oh crap, we are running out of time. Okay. Wings. Okay, this is about Drarry fanfiction. Drarry refers to the pairing between Draco Malfoy and Harry Potter, because yes. I have a thing for wings and Drarry together, like angel wings or bat wings or whatever. And I was also writing in the style of Emily Dickinson, because I really like Emily Dickinson's poetry. And so I was attempting to basically. I just turned the video off, didn't I? Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry. I was attempting to write the way she does. That's hard. You should all try it at some point. I just lost my window. Okay. And where are we? Space. Alright, there is a poem here, you just have to scroll down. It's talking about how what I think when I think something and what I say about it is they're very different sometimes. Like, I can never really speak my mind because I'm controversial and rebellious like that. And talking about curly hair and braiding, I had braided one of my friend's hair a few minutes before, well, about 20 minutes before writing this, actually. And I was thinking about how when you braid something, you make it organized and orderly, and you sort of control it and contain it. But you can't really braid curly hair. And so I was talking about how you can't quell rebellion of that sort. Please tell me it's been filming during this. Okay, good. Running out of time, so I'm gonna speed through the next couple of them, and I'll probably have to write another one for future things. Okay, chapter 13. This is another dreary poem with wings. It comes from a fanfiction called These Chains of Earth, I believe. I don't remember, that might not be the exact title, but it's by Cheryl Dyson. She's a wonderful writer, you should all look her up. And that's what that's about. It's not really that interesting. Okay, Lemon's Epitaph. Epitaph, sure. Lemony Snicket wrote the series of unfortunate events, and the Sugar Bowl is something that was looked for all by VFD all through the series. And in his forewords before every book, the dedications, that's the word, he would write a short poem to Beatrice, who had died. So I was writing him an epitaph for when he died. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, We Won't Run. This is a song about battling through life, I guess, and how you need some things and how really basic things can be absolutely essential, and how you need your friends to lean on and to fight with and to love, etc., etc. And the lines at the end of every verse, and we won't run, and we won't run, and we won't run, those come from a song of Monsters and Men, which is called King and Lionheart, and it's a wonderful song. Okay, Twinings. This is me writing an ode to my favorite tea. Pretty much. Wishful thinking, Egyptian style. The alternate title really says it all. It's things that never happened. It's just a fantasy that I had a really long time, 2 weeks ago? I don't know. It was a fantasy that I had about Egypt and Egyptian gods and such. How much time do I have left? Oh, okay, 2 minutes. Let's do this. Next poem. Where are we? 18. This is me talking about migraines because Athena lived inside Zeus's head and gave him terrible headaches. And I had a terrible headache while I was writing it. 19. This isn't even a poem. This is just me apologizing for the fact that my poetry makes no sense. Sorry about that. 20. I was talking to one of my friends about the girl I have a crush on. So I was addressing the poem to the girl I have a crush on. Being like, forgive me, I told our secret, and being all like dramatic and romantic and stuff when it's really not that romantic or dramatic. Yeah. So, Purple-Haired Ladyboys. This is a poem in response to chapter 21 of Indigo Skye's book Plum, which didn't really work at all because she deleted that poem. Indigo! But she was talking about how, you want what's just out of what you can't have. And the title comes from a forum where one of the characters in the game that everyone loved had purple hair and talked like a woman, basically. It was translated from Japanese. But, and he basically, someone said, we all want what we can't have, purple-haired ladyboys. And so this is just me talking about how everyone wants what they can't have. Okay, what time? Sorry, I have to click back and